It is 5:02 p.m. and I'd like to bring this meeting to the meeting of the Board of Health to order. Douglas Board of Health, that is.
Bob, if I could point out, Bob, we don't have a quorum.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We do have a quorum.
Just need 3.
Yeah, we have a quorum.
All right.
Yeah, we're all set. I'd like to begin the meeting with a roll call, please. So, Amanda, starting with you.
With me?
Yes, a roll call, just your name and Board of Health. Amanda Hicks.
Amanda Hicks,
Okay, Board of Health.
Board of Health.
Okay, Dick.
Dick Skinner, Board of Health.
Okay, Bob Brazo, Board of Health Chairman. And Agnieszka,
Yes.
your Board of Health nurse, health nurse.
Yes, Board of Health nurse Agnieszka Podstawka.
Okay.
And me, Kristen Harris.
Oh, yeah, Kristen,
Yep.
sorry. Okay. Okay, first on the agenda, we have monitoring wells, and I've been looking over the contract myself, trying to make heads or tails. Thanks to Kristen, she's helped me a lot looking into this. Basically, what we have to do is we have to recommend the services of one of 2 vendors that we sought bids from. The only vendor that gave us a bid was Envirotech.
And, yep, and Ty and Bob. We did 3 bids. We did Envirotech,
Oh, we
Ty,
did 3, okay.
and I think it's Sovereign. Sovereign did not respond.
Oh, Sovereign didn't respond, okay.
Right, yep.
I don't have a number here for, let's see. I don't have a number here for, who's the other bidder?
So it's Envirotech who we have now,
Yeah,
and their bid.
I do have a bid for that one, yes,
Yep, 12,571.49.
right.
And then Ty and Bond,
Yeah, Ty Bond, that's it. Is there a number here?
there is somewhere, hold on.
Page 3.
Page 3.
I think it's, 13.5.
Oh, yeah, 13.5, yeah, yeah. So they're a little higher. We've been dealing with Envirotech for the past several years. As far as the well testing is concerned. Any recommendations, anything that you'd like to mention about this?
Yeah, this is Dick.
Yeah, go ahead, Dick.
On page 1, the second paragraph,
Okay,
I found interesting in that Tiger Bond was willing to help us reduce our expenses over time. And I didn't see any such thing from, yeah, sure, whoever the other group is, Envirotech.
right. It says something about town discussed preparing a post-closure permit modification with the Mass DEP to reduce the frequency of monitoring from semi-annual to annual or possibly biannual. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that's exactly it.
Okay. So how do you feel about that?
Well, given that group is $1,000 more than the other one, I'm not sure what our options are.
Yeah, well, we have to, we've been dealing with, like I say, Envirotech for the last several years. My opinion is we should probably just stay with it for now until we can get through this year. And We'll look at it a little closer. We have other options next year that I think we're gonna probably pursue. So for the time being, my recommendation is that we stay with Envirotech.
In the previous years, is the price difference more or less? How
Well,
much did it go up?
of course, it goes up every time, but they've been pretty consistent. However, they haven't provided us with exactly what we needed.
Right.
And so we're looking down the road to doing maybe something a little different, but right now we need to come up with there's a time limit right now. So we
Mhm.
have to come up with something immediately almost.
Bob, would it be possible to approach Tigenbaum to see if they would work with us without getting the contract?
We need a contract.
We need a contract, yeah. Matt's got to
Well-
sign, Matt's got to, he's
Yeah,
the
so
one
we
who
get-
mentioned, we need
What
that
I'm-
contract.
What I'm trying to explore is we agree on a contract with Envirotech, but
Mhm.
ask Tigenbaum if they would work in that second paragraph area and how much they would charge for it. Because I'm
Hmm.
sure they would charge something.
Oh, I'm sure. It's just that it's a matter of time right now, and
Yeah, so we do Envirotech right now and do the other one the
yeah.
long
we'll
term.
have other options, let's put it that way, in the next contract.
This one's only for 1 year.
Yeah, this is only for 1 year.
Not even a year. It's June 30th.
6 months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 months.
If the chair's ready to entertain a motion, I would entertain a motion that we go with Envirotech for
Okay,
the period of the inspections between December of 2020 and June of 2021.
okay. Do we have a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye,
Dick, I,
okay. Dick?
Aye.
Aye. Amanda, aye. Bob?
Aye.
Okay, that motion is passed. It's just a recommendation right now. That's all it is. Okay, is there anything else to add to that? No, we're all set there. Okay, next up on the agenda is a health agent update, and the only thing I have for you is that I did pay a visit to Classic Envelope Company, and I had a tour of their facilities. They seem to be working very diligently at maintaining a safe workplace there. I was very impressed with the clean wash stations that they have. They have very good, everybody that I came across in the factory and outside in the office, all were wearing masks, which was good. Nice to see. And that's pretty much it. Unless anybody has any questions, I wrote a report, but I won't get into that because it's too long. It's all positive. Basically, environment for their employees was let me see, I can't read my own writing. I'm sorry, I apologize. Those who may be visiting their facility and closing the Douglas Board of Health finds that the reason to address this matter. I mean, there is no reason to address this matter any further. I thank Classic Envelope and Stephanie Fisher. She is the what do I want to say? Personnel. Anyway, she gave me a tour. It was a nice tour and got to see everything and how it operates, and it was very safe. So that's about all I have to add, unless you have any questions.
just one, Bob. do we inspect all facilities in town?
Do we inspect? I have been, when you say facilities, you mean businesses? Is that what you mean?
Well, I'm trying to be broad in the statement, which would include town items, town facilities.
Well, as far as the schools are concerned, I think Agnieszka has got a pretty good handle on that. I don't know what other buildings we would be looking at other than the library maybe, but I've been visiting the small businesses, the eating facilities out there, the small business pizza places, things like that. And everybody's trying to do their best to comply. That's the way I look at it.
All right, thank you.
Yep, sure. Okay, any other questions on that? Okay, now for Agnieszka, COVID-19 update.
So we are, as you said, very busy. There is high number of cases right now, active cases. I have 29. This is the highest number so far. And this
29
includes,
cases?
excuse me?
You have 29 right now.
Yes, active
Okay.
cases.
What's the
So
total?
this is the 29, it changes every day. The
Oh,
total, I will have to check with you, but it's over 100 since the spring.
okay.
But right now, 29 active cases, which means 20 people in isolation, plus all their contacts who are in quarantine.
I see.
So this is what I'm monitoring right now.
I see.
And it changes every day because I'm releasing some people, new cases are coming. I had 6 cases last Thursday, 6 on a Friday, but only 3 cases each day for Saturday and Sunday. And today I had 1 case coming to me. So I'm staying positive.
Yeah, good.
Yes, it's going in the right direction, and hopefully it's going to stay that way.
Right, I know.
But it's busy. I was working very close with the schools for the reopening, updating them with the information, checking all the connections with the school. Every single case has to be checked
Right.
for any connections with the school, like school age children, school employees, any grandparents who have, school age children visiting them. So that was a lot.
Are they still operating hybrid form or?
They just went back last Thursday for 2 days and this today also. Yes.
Okay.
No, because really there is no transmission in school. We didn't have any infection at school related directly to school. This is mostly like household contacts,
Yeah.
like the whole families, but not between the kids or school employees.
So the school has been doing fairly well.
So far it's doing great, I feel. Like,
Good.
despite, us being in red, there is nothing like really related to the school exposure.
Right. Well, that's good news. That's certainly good news.
Agnieszka,
Anybody else?
Agnieszka, this is Dick. I have a question. If I go to the state COVID website, I find numbers like 47 new cases for Douglas. Do you understand that?
This is the cases which were reported to us. And it's like I said, it changes every day because some people are being released from isolation. So it's not like 47 at one day, it's total in the whole week, cases coming to me as a new cases. But like I said, it changes. I get 3 cases, I release 2 people from isolation. So it's like every day it changes.
All right, thank you.
How about PPE? How are we doing with that?
I never received any new PPE. I never got anything new. I still have in the storage, we have PPE from 10 years ago, which was supplied to us for H1N1.
So what are you doing to protect yourself?
So we are, like, I'm not really I'm not seeing people with COVID-19. I don't have to go and visit them. So I'm doing what you all are doing.
Okay.
But, I feel like we need to update our supplies, and I'm hoping maybe through the state we can get some funds to purchase some new stuff, because although it's new, not new, although it's still in good condition, it's dry, but it's 10 years old, or more. So it needs to be.
Did I read correctly that, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, I even
It
offered.
needs to be updated.
Like replace with the newer stuff. We should, I even offered other departments in the town to take the older stuff with me and use it and give me something, they purchased recently.
Sure.
So I can have in storage, but no one was willing to do this. No one showed any interest, trading with me.
Right. We have to barter, I know. My question is there any kind of grants out there now that we can be looking at, or we should be looking at?
I would have to, depends on the price, of course, I would have to see, I do some research on it. Because the other stuff from H1N1 was provided for free to us.
I see, yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, I guess that covers it pretty well. Next on the agenda, we have the transfer station, which is always interesting. I had mentioned to Bill Cundiff, the engineer, about a week and a half ago, that maybe we should be looking at, I think I mentioned at the last meeting, the riprap on the bank.
Yes.
Putting down some heavy boulders. I want to take a look at that closer with Bill and see if we can put something together there and accomplish something before the spring hits. Also, we had talked about possibly raising some fees at the transfer station. Example, air conditioning, we could probably take air conditioners and at a fee, and looking at the fees that we have and possibly increasing, if that's possible, if we can increase. And I have to speak to Gene about that. Hi, Corey.
Hey, Bob.
You just popped in.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Not too bad. It took me a little bit. I actually thought the meeting was at 6, so it's my fault. No excuses.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. I've been late before. Okay, Dick, have you anything to say about the transfer station?
I was just wondering if Kristen had received any information from either of the two parties that appear to be interested in a new contract.
The two parties. Who?
Yeah, Waste Management and current one
Oh, for this year?
for the year coming up.
For July?
Yes.
I don't think so. No,
Okay.
I'm just trying to settle with BP now.
We're still dealing with this year. Yeah, we're still
Still trying to get
dealing
the
with this
contract.
year.
Yeah. So I should get that contract.
Oh,
Matt, supposed to
nothing?
Got it.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so it's something that we discussed in the last meeting, was that we'd like to put something together, start putting something together for next year to get on board with you know, in other words, being proactive rather than waiting till it creeps up on us and then bingo. But I guess what we need to do is brainstorm a little bit and maybe form a committee, a subcommittee to work on this. Dick, if you're interested, Corey, if you're interested, I'll be involved. Amanda, if you want to be involved, that's fine. But we have to come up with some sort of a proposal for, I mean, you know, what do I want to say? Proposal for this and how we're going to put it together. So I'm still kind of puzzled about, I guess we were talking about compactors and, you know, this kind of thing. So maybe we should kind of get our heads together on this. Should we do it at this meeting or at other meetings? I don't know. Should we meet privately and discuss? I don't know. Those are just ideas.
You have to see about the open meeting law for that.
Transfer station's on the list, so I think we're okay.
Yeah.
I see an additional compactor as a long-term, relatively high-cost possibility. I don't think we haven't done any analysis of what it would save us, so we don't have any basis for looking at the cost relative to savings. And it probably would take, I hope it doesn't, but it might take a relayout to get the third compactor in there.
Actually, I was thinking of a compactor for cardboard and a compactor for plastics. 2 additional compactors.
Yeah.
That would eliminate 3 cardboard bin.
Yes.
3 cardboard and also 2 plastics. So
And
that would eliminate 5 bins, and we'd just be adding 2 compactors.
Oh, we're in the meeting now.
I'm sorry?
Hold on.
Talking to somebody else. I wouldn't worry about it.
Oh,
Is it what?
okay.
She's just not muted, that's all.
That's my thought. That's my thought on this.
All right. Yeah, I mean,
Maybe we could do something like that and get it out to bid and see what comes back. You know, I mean, it's worth testing the waters that way.
I would agree with that.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't think extra compactors are a bad idea. We've been talking about that for a long time to help the cardboard and plastic, because plastic takes up so much space too.
I have Emily.
You know, I mean, cardboard, there's nothing more than,
Boston.
with cardboard, it's just air.
Right,
You know, we can compact that
right.
and reduce our trips. It just makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I would
I
agree.
think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to go in and bother Kristen and sit there and try and put something together. And anybody who's interested can join me. How's that? Does that make sense?
Yep.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. I mean, we got to start somewhere. We got to
Yeah,
get the ball
that's what we're
rolling,
gonna,
get a contract from
that's what we're
somebody.
gonna
So
do.
I mean, if we go to tonnages, we find cardboard with 7 trips and plastic with 5 in the month of
Yeah.
October.
I mean, we can reduce trips over the road too. That'll save money. I mean,
That's right.
know what it's going to cost to install a compactor. That's going to be the electrical alone is going to be quite a bit of money. And then the actual unit,
Yeah, but it's a one-shot deal.
right?
It's a one-shot deal, you know, and then it's gonna cost money, no doubt.
Oh yeah,
It's just that we have to be more efficient. And I don't think we're being efficient.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
The plastic and the cardboard are,
No.
those are the places where we can really gain efficiency too, so.
So what is the town limit for capital expenditure? Is it
What is
$1,000?
the town? I didn't get that.
Kristen would know, I think.
I don't. I don't know.
No, she
Well,
doesn't know.
before we have to go to town meeting?
Gene would have to know. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
Gene would know.
She would.
See, this is why I have to sit down. We have to get in there and really discuss this with the right people.
Right, right. And then we need to make a decision what we want to do, and then we gotta go find the guys willing to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we have to put it out to bid and, see how that goes. That's all we can do.
Right.
We'll have to post it, to bid.
Yeah, I mean, there's not too many
But we
companies.
have to put
I
something,
think,
yeah.
I think last.
we have to put a proposal together, we can't just,
Yeah, the last time we did that, I'm pretty sure we only ended up with two companies that came back with options for us.
yeah.
Waste Management and BP, I think. And if you remember, Waste Management
Yeah.
was just much higher, and we would have had to switch over everything to them, and it just made sense to stick with BP at the time. But this being a new installing 2 new Packers, doubling the amount of Packers, that may be the time to bring in somebody new if the bid is right.
Yeah,
So let's.
Yeah.
All right.
well, Dick, if you're interested in helping me out, that's great, but I'm gonna have to start putting something together.
Yep.
Um,
Put me on the list as interested in help.
Okay. Okay, good.
I crunch numbers pretty good.
I think it's good. That's good. Okay, well, we'll go from there. We're gonna harass Kristen is what we're gonna do.
What else
She'll,
is there?
she'll appreciate that.
She probably doesn't have enough to do now, so she'll probably be welcome.
Thanks, Jessica.
Right.
Okay, any more discussion on transfer station?
We can go over tire day.
Yes, next is tire day.
So
Kristen, you have numbers for us?
I do.
Great.
So let's see, hold on.
By the way, just to take a step backwards, anybody that is interested in joining Dick and I to hash this out, please feel free.
It'll really just depend on the time when you guys do it, if I would be available.
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I have
Let me know
Emily,
as well.
Good,
I have Emily on the phone too now.
good. Well,
Can you hear us, Emily?
oh, good.
Where are they going?
They're gonna talk about the transfer station, contract with, trash.
Oh,
So,
yeah, just depends what it is.
what?
It depends when they meet.
Yes, we'll let her know when you meet. So for the tires, I think they collected about 163 tires,
Wow.
and
Wow,
I think-
yeah.
they couldn't fit them all in the truck from Bob's Tire, so I think there's 25 left.
Uh-huh.
So the bill came to about 207. There's gonna be a little bit more than that because they have to pick up 25 more tires. But we took in 468. So, and that's with the highway tires and
right.
everything. So we did
I
good.
was just gonna ask, how many of those were highway tires?
How many of those are highway? I did that. Hold on.
That's a couple hundred tires less out in the road,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had
on the side of the road.
two 16-inch, one 11R, and two 17-inch.
Oh, that's not that many.
No, they didn't have a lot.
Wow, we get a lot of tires from
No.
residents, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
So Kristen, what was the net gain or loss?
Well, I don't have the second bill yet for the 25 tires. So far they charged us 207 and we took in 468. So we're definitely,
25 will cover that. Yeah.
yeah. So that's good.
Great.
That's it. That's what I have.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Would it be worth it to advertise for another day so that way you can fill a whole other truck instead of just 25? Or
I think
or
with,
does the price don't matter?
I think now with the snow, we probably shouldn't, because I don't know, it takes a while to pick them up,
Okay.
but yeah. But
That was
there's,
a good question.
Older, but
yeah, they're supposed to come, like they're already scheduled to come there. I just don't know when it's gonna be.
okay.
So, all right,
Okay. Are we all set with tire day?
all set with tire day.
Okay, we have bills and warrants.
We do.
We do.
Did you guys all get them?
Yes. Oh, wait.
I have a question about the pest control. Are we still using them or we terminate that?
It was a contract, so I think it should be running out soon. I have to look that up.
Okay.
We're not gonna renew that.
No,
No.
I don't think they've caught that much.
I heard they caught one chipmunk, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I think they did actually catch a rat. But, I mean, one rat for,
I know.
you know, it doesn't make sense.
Was it like in the movies, you dirty rat?
Yeah.
Yeah, you dirty rat. Okay, any questions on bills and warrants? Everybody okay with that?
Yep.
A question, where does the glass go?
Good question. I think it's
Good question.
Auburn. I think it goes to Auburn.
Do they
Last time.
charge us? Do they charge us for that?
They don't charge us, no. We just get
Oh,
charged
yeah.
by BP to bring it there,
Okay.
but we don't get charged from the place.
Oh,
No.
they don't charge us for the glass?
Just the hauling and the tonnage, that's it.
Well, that's enough.
That's enough, yeah.
Okay, so that's, how about tonnages? Any questions on that? I noticed that there were a couple days that are a little low, but most of it is,
Light.
it's pretty well, I mean, they had to deal with the Thanksgiving time, you know, let me see, this would be on
Yeah, this is October.
October,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just got November's. I don't have November yet. I
There's a
just,
November 23rd, right?
Yeah,
October.
most of them are pretty good. There's a couple, 5.5 tons, 6 tons.
Okay.
Those are a little low, but everything else, it looks like
Yeah,
it's doing
yeah.
better than September.
Yeah, Dick
Oh,
started,
they are. They're really,
writing down the pressure, but he started on the 6th of October
yes.
and the 5th of October is when it was at 5, so he can't even
Yeah.
check to see what it was. But from
Right.
now on, we should be able to see what's going on.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah,
If we look at
I don't
A,
know how well those compactors are working.
yeah.
if we look at A and B, B is consistently low. Like
But
there's
it can go up to 14, so
Yeah,
it's weird.
because they've had a problem. They've had a problem with B, the hydraulics. I don't know. I'm not sure that it's compacting properly.
Yeah, like that piston's not working right or something.
Well, it just seems like it stutters, you know, sometimes if the pressure builds up too high,
Yeah.
and they try and force it, it kind of vibrates, or I don't know exactly how to, seems like it's skipping almost, you know?
I've never seen one. I don't think I've ever seen one as high
But
as
they're doing, yeah.
There's probably an overpressure sensor in there, and the overpressure sensor is what's stuttering. Anyway, is Dick working with BP on this?
What's
Is
that?
what?
Probably not.
Is Dick working with BP to figure out what the issues are, if any?
Oh, yeah, he's always in contact with them, yeah.
Oh, good.
He really does a good job up there. He really does. He keeps on top of it. Oh, any other questions on that?
Kristen, does Dick see the tonnages?
Oh, yeah, yep,
Okay.
yep.
No, I got a
Oh,
question.
yeah, he does, yeah.
If we get another contract with a different place, they have to uninstall those packers, or those are on loan, right? Through the contract with BP?
Yeah, those are BPs.
Yeah, they'd have to remove them and whoever come in would have to put in new ones, yeah.
So if we have a new
I mean, it's
contract,
gonna
we
be,
could,
it would costly.
yeah. But potentially we could have new
It
packers.
would be costly. I mean, well, what we could do is send it out to bid 2 different ways, you know?
I mean, if we're thinking,
Keeping it as it is,
Contractor.
or,
yeah, I'm sorry, Bob, go ahead.
no, I'm, go ahead.
All right, I was gonna say, if we're thinking that the B compactor is like something's off with it anyways, and I'm pretty sure we've had problems with that one in the past, and BP's had to come and service that one a few times. It seems like if that one is a repeat
Right.
for service, then it may be, I mean, it might be time to get a new compactor anyway. So maybe it's time
yeah.
to try a new group or new whatever.
Yeah,
It's maybe if BP gets it, they'll have to replace them for
Well-
new.
Yeah,
well, that's what I mean, yeah.
service it.
What we could do is, like I say, we could put out 2 different bids. I mean, you know, 2 different, in other words, bid it as is or bid it as an add-on for the 2 new compactors, you know? And see, you know, because if it's too much money to install 2 new compactors, then we probably just go back the same way we're going,
Right.
you know?
Is BP not able to just replace it there?
Say that one more time, Emily?
I said, is BP not able to just, replace it since it's theirs? Like, you might be in the contract and it's defective.
Yeah, I don't know if BP can replace it during the contract, if it's defective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're responsible for service. It's just, do we know that it's weird that it's not, it's bucking like that. And we got a 14, which is super high, and then 8s,
Yeah,
which 8s aren't super low.
Well, right. I think the hydraulics on those, well, you know, they're used heavily,
Yeah.
and they probably need some serious maintenance anyway. You know, so that's a big factor in how much we're paying for hauling this stuff out of there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Bob,
it
you
is. It is. So we want, we have to make sure that in that bid that we send out that, you know, one way or another, we have to have good compactors, up to date, whatever, you know, well maintained or well,
Right.
you know,
And they
good
would be
compactors,
responsible
in
for the
other words.
maintenance.
Well, absolutely. I mean, we're only actually leasing them.
Right.
We don't own them. We're just leasing them.
Right.
So they're still their compactors, but we want
Yeah.
good maintenance. And we've called several times about the pressure, and they say that they've come up and checked it, but nobody really knows, you know?
Right. I mean, I'm sure that they fixed something a few times.
Yeah.
And as evident because it works a lot of the times, but you know, like
Yeah.
that 14 tons, that's a huge one. Usually 10 to 12 is big, you know, anywhere above 10 is really good. So
Right.
I think eight's like kind of on the brink of getting low, but that's not even that bad, but it's consistently
No, it isn't.
right at 8. So I mean, I don't know, maybe it's worth a call in. And
Yeah. Well, like I say, we're gonna start putting this thing together, I think.
anyways, right. So we may get all new packet depending on what we decide in the next couple of months, I guess.
Okay,
question, Bob?
yeah, go ahead.
Are you and the group okay if I work with Dick on this particular issue? As your resident
I don't
engineer?
mind that at all. No, I think that's a great idea.
Go for it.
All right, what I'll do is
I mean,
gather.
the more input we get, the better off we are. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. And Dick is
What I'll
good.
do, Kristen, if you can get me 3-4 months of the tonnages, and I'll just look at the numbers, and then we'll have a discussion with BP.
Yeah,
With
absolutely. Yep.
Through Dick, of course.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Dick.
Okay, moving on, we have old business and new business, so anything new or old? Besides me?
You're a young fella compared to some of us.
I don't have anything.
Emily said she's all set.
We're all set, Em? Okay. I guess that's it, huh?
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry. I jumped in late, but just real quick. How are we looking for COVID this month with everything?
Oh, yeah,
I know that we're back.
you can speak to our expert.
So no time to relax, honestly.
Oh, geez, Agnieszka.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, you know. Hopefully it's gonna go down because I saw a couple less cases over the weekend and today, but last week was crazy.
And with kids back in school this week too now. So.
But you know what? We don't see cases related directly to schools. Like there is no really transmission at schools. Mostly is how transmissions in the households between the family members. Yes, and work related. We didn't track anything related directly to schools.
That's very good news.
Yes, and you know they are really doing great job to track everything. School nurses like on the track of everything. So
yeah, I mean, you just hope that people don't send their kids if they're sick or if they're But
we even added being even more cautious, asking parents to keep kids at school when someone else in the household is waiting for the test results.
Right.
So being, extra step, or someone in the family shows symptoms, keep kids at home until they receive the test result. So hopefully people will listen.
You hope so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would be nice. It would help.
How about
Wouldn't
Milford, Corey? How's Milford doing?
Milford, we were remote until January 4th at this time.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, there's too many kids and too many people, I think, in Milford for them to try to keep tabs on. And
right.
they have a different population than Douglas too, so I think they have a hard time with communication and getting a level of understanding and keeping kids at home that are not feeling well.
Sure. Yeah, it must be very.
It's difficult. A tough group, but we're out for a while. We're remote teaching.
Yeah. It's difficult. It's because the learning is not the same.
No, either is teaching. It's so hard.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, teaching.
I mean, I get to be home, so I guess I save myself an hour commute, but the work is much harder doing it from home. So.
Oh, right, definitely. And then to try and really get across your point is so difficult that.
And the Milford population. I mean, I have a lot of ELL kids that.
Oh, sure.
Remotely it's hard to teach a lot of kids when you're in person, never mind when you're remote.
No kidding.
Ups the difficulty level tenfold.
Right.
So my job's a lot harder being at home doing it.
I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that.
And the kids lose out too. Certainly.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Now your regular kids like the upper, kids who have all the technology at home. Those kids can make do, but it's the kids that need to be in school that are really hurting from this.
You're not kidding. Socially,
too. The 50% free and reduced lunch kids and the ELLs are the ones probably hurt the most.
Yeah. Socially too is a big impact.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard.
Okay, well, I guess we need a date for the next meeting. First of all, I got you this time, Dick. You usually grab me on that one.
We,
Sorry, Bob, I was sleeping. One what, Kristen?
Do you want to do the 4th? Or,
Fourth is fine.
I'm okay with the 4th.
I'm okay.
yeah, I'm fine.
1/4,
good.
that good for you, Emily? So I guess, I don't know how it's gonna be, so I don't know if it's gonna be Zoom again.
Tentatively planned for the 4th.
Yeah,
Yep, fourth is probably
Maybe we'll
Zoom
luck out.
again.
We'll be able to do it in person by then.
we'll
Yeah.
plan it 6 o'clock, I guess.
I'm not sure right after Christmas will be the best time, but
I know, it's probably gonna be the best. Maybe we should do Zoom.
Yeah, probably Zoom.
We'll do
Very
Zoom. I'll plan it for 6 o'clock on the 4th. I'll try and get the first one in there.
yeah.
Okay,
All right.
okay, we just need a motion to adjourn here.
So moved.
Second,
Okay. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, folks.
all right,
Thank
guys.
you.